We're a bunch of fishermen and hunters. I feel a lot more comfortable when I look in the room. It's a very auspicious room, Mr. Beavers. We're honored to be even in your presence. Plano, I'm not much of a speech writer or giver, so bear with me if I lose my place during this. But Plano thanks the Three Fires Council for this great honor. We're humbled by the recognition, and I don't believe any recipient of this honor ever seeks out this type of recognition. Rather, we engage in activities in our business that reflect our own thoughts, our own ethics, and quite frankly, our corporate legacies. From my position and background at Plano, the program that we engage in with the Boy Scouts is ingrained as part of Plano's DNA. It's in every fiber of what we do and the personnel that we have in the company. I'm so very thankful to have been part of a company for over 17 years where the support of this type of program has not only been encouraged, but pushed upon us so we can be part of the community in a larger way. As I stated, I had the pleasure of being part of Plano Holding, the family that for over 17 years. I just started my 17th year, and I'm amazed at how quickly it's gone by. I'll give you a little background on myself in Plano, and I'll try and tie it into a nice little package to how it parallels with the scouting program. And when I think about the message I wanted to give here today, it came to me very clearly at one point, and I hope I can convey that message. I'm an Illinoisan. I had to look that one up. In fact, I still live on the farm here in Illinois that I grew up on. I started fishing when I was 3 with a stick, a piece of twine, and truly a safety pin, so I could go out and catch a sunfish. I remember I walked the farm with my father because I wasn't old enough to have a gun, of course, at that time. I was his bird dog. So I would walk in parallel with the other gentlemen that were hunting, and I remember distinctly one day walking along the creek and slipping and falling and scaring up a pheasant that was quickly dispatched. I couldn't see them because I had slid down the creek bank, but all I heard was, "Good boy." So I wondered if I should have just waited there for a treat or something. I wasn't sure. Unfortunately, I wasn't into scouting. I did for a time, but I grew up in a horse family. We had 21 horses at one time. We were deeply ingrained in hunters and jumpers. And if anybody's been around horses, I was busy riding, feeding, grooming, cleaning stalls on a regular basis, and it takes a lot. That did not leave much time for scouting activities, but I had friends that were. And it was thrilling to hear about the camping trips they would take, the badges that they were trying to get, and it made me feel like I was missing something, of being part of something that was really grander than what I was part of. Certainly grander than picking a hoof or a stall. But it was on this farm where I developed a passion for the outdoors. Something that's deeply rooted within me to this day, and it's unshakable. My father was a union plumber for 37 years in the Chicago area, and we used to occasionally work at Plano. And he would come back, and I think about this magical place that made these tackle boxes, because that's the only thing I knew about when I grew up was a Plano tackle box. Didn't know anybody else made one. I used to drive by the plant, to go to the stable where I trained on a regular basis, and I always thought to myself, how cool would it be to work for that company? So 18 years ago, I did what I normally do on a Sunday morning. I got a newspaper, I got a pot of coffee, and I looked through the want ads to see what was going on. And I always felt if I looked at the want ads, I'd know what the marketplace was doing. If there were a lot of marketing jobs, I had a better opportunity of getting a good job. If there weren't as many, I'd have to work a little harder. So I saw this posting, and it said, "Do you like to hunt and fish?" I kind of perked up as soon as I saw that. And I knew I had found my calling, because that was the passion that I had in my life. I told the girl that I was dating at the time, they wrote that job description for me. They knew that I would see it, they knew that I would answer it, and they knew they'd have to give me the job. And the thing is, I wasn't really looking for a job at the time. I was working for another local company, Simpkins out in Batavia. And I had an entry-level position there, and I was starting a career. But I didn't have passion for that job. Not passion like I had for the outdoors. And it was funny, a little side story here. 5 years before I started with Plano, I was doing an interview, and I was interviewing with this VP of sales for this company. He goes, Jesse, what do you want to do with your life? And I went, honestly? He goes, no, lie to me. Okay, I said, fine. You want to know the truth? I want somebody to pay me to fish and hunt, or to talk about fishing and hunting the rest of my life. And 5 years after that, I read that article in the newspaper, and I knew that was my job. So I interviewed, and I was fortunate enough to take a job with Plano Molding Company. I was fortunate enough to get it. It was offered to me at 25% lower than what I was currently being paid. Now, I was having an opportunity to do something that I had a passion for, that was deeply ingrained in me. So I did the math. Said, okay, I can pay my bills. Can't do much else, but I can pay my bills. But I can get ingrained into something where I know that I can give every part of me. That, working on a weekend isn't work. And it made all the difference in the world. 17 years later, I still carry that same passion with me. I love working in this industry. I love the people. I love being able to work in programs like Boy Scouts, where we can continue to encourage these activities outdoors. Plano has allowed me to grow and give, much like scouting does, for young men across the country. I was encouraged myself to work with the Future Fisherman Foundation, which is a group that encourages and educates outdoors and fishing, conservation. And eventually I became the chairman of the Future Fisherman Foundation, and that's encouraged by this company. Encouraging to do more and to give more, where I can wear the passion on my sleeve and give something back. And there's the parallel connection that I see between Plano and scouting. Scouting provides the potential for young men to find those passions. You brought it up. There's over 120 merit badges that they can go out for. There's 120 opportunities for young men to find what they consider their passion and make it their life's work. They can turn it into careers. And through scouting, you can encourage them to do more than just the average citizen, as we're seeing. More than the average employee and more than the average person. Scouting develops lifelong habits of assessing a situation, an issue, and an opportunity, and developing a plan will have the best possible outcome, not just for the individual, but for the troop, the community, and in some cases, the world. In a day and age where there are so many choices for young men to choose, scouting gives the opportunities to find that passion. It is that reason that Plano chooses to support this great cause. I have lived firsthand the success that can come from grabbing onto your passion and finding it. And Plano's encouraged men and me through every level of my career to be engaged in the process. Scouting engages, scouting educates, scouting encourages. Scouting develops and fosters passions that last a lifetime. And while you're honoring Plano here today, in return, Plano honors scouting. Thank you.